The Intergalactic Academy was known across the universe as one of the most prestigious places of learning, attracting students from all corners of the galaxy. Its classrooms were filled with students from species that boasted advanced technologies, powerful biological traits, and minds far more developed than the average human. They had come to learn about the many different worlds that made up the vast expanse of space. But there was one world that always caught their attention: the planet Earth. Earth had earned a notorious reputation throughout the galaxy. It was called a death world, a planet where life was harsh and survival was a constant battle. Yet, despite its violent history and chaotic ecosystems, Earth was known for something truly extraordinary: the humans who lived there. The species who had managed to thrive against all odds. The day's lesson at the Intergalactic Academy was going to be about Earth. The professor, Lavaris, a tall, angular figure from the planet Jorvan, was about to give his students the most intriguing lesson of their academic journey. Today, you will learn why Earth is known as a death world, Lavaris began, his voice echoing across the classroom. His students, an eclectic group of alien species, glanced at one another, curious. Some had heard the term before, others had not. They were eager to discover what made this primitive planet so special. Lavaris clicked a button on his holographic device, and an image of Earth appeared in the air. The students looked at it, a little unimpressed. To them, Earth was just a small, unremarkable planet, constantly battling natural disasters, unstable weather, and dangerous animals. It seemed primitive, almost quaint, compared to the advanced worlds they came from. "I know what you are thinking," Lavaris said with a slight smile. "That Earth looks like a dangerous, chaotic place. But it's not the danger that makes it remarkable. It's how the humans have learned to survive in it, and how they've managed to adapt to conditions no other species could withstand." The room went silent. Lavaris was a respected professor, known for his ability to teach difficult concepts with ease. But this was different. Earth was a planet full of dangers, yet its humans had somehow survived. "Let's begin," Lavaris continued, "with Earth's wildlife." He snapped his fingers, and suddenly, the classroom transformed into a simulation of an Earth jungle, dense and humid. The alien students found themselves standing in the midst of towering trees, the air thick with moisture and strange sounds. "Survival here is brutal," Lavaris said. "On Earth, the animals are as dangerous as the environment itself. It's a planet where the food chain is unforgiving." Before the students could fully comprehend their new surroundings, they saw movement in the distance. A large, hulking figure emerged from the brush, a lion. Its sharp eyes locked onto the students, its muscles rippling as it prowled closer. One of the students, a small insectoid creature named Xylo, instinctively backed away. "This is a lion," Lavaris explained. "One of Earth's apex predators. Fast, strong, and capable of bringing down prey many times its size." The students, who had never experienced such danger firsthand, were frozen in place. The lion stalked closer, its eyes never leaving them. They could hear its powerful footsteps, and a few of them were beginning to panic. They had never encountered anything like this before. Even the most aggressive creatures from their home world seemed tame in comparison. But before anyone could react, the lion turned and disappeared into the trees. The students were left standing in shock. "Did it not attack us?" Zynak, an arrogant alien from a highly intelligent species, asked, his voice filled with disbelief. Lavaris smiled. "No, because you didn't threaten it. But this is only one example of the predators on Earth. Lions, tigers, bears, sharks. They all pose a serious threat to anyone who isn't prepared." The students were quiet, still trying to process the encounter. Lavaris nodded, understanding their confusion. "Earth's wildlife isn't the only danger. The planet itself can be just as deadly. Now let's move to a different scenario." The classroom shifted again, and this time the students found themselves standing on a rocky plateau, surrounded by towering mountains. A rumble echoed through the ground, and suddenly the earth beneath them cracked open. A massive earthquake shook the land, sending rocks tumbling down the cliffs. "This is another threat Earth faces: natural disasters," Lavaris continued. "Earth is prone to earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, storms, and floods. But the humans, they've learned to endure it." The students watched in awe as a group of humans in the distance scrambled to safety. They were not as physically imposing as the alien students, but they were resourceful. They moved quickly, using the materials around them to build shelters and make tools. One human even used a piece of a broken rock to start a fire. Zynak's eyes widened as he observed the humans' ingenuity. "They're not using advanced technology," he muttered. "They're using what's around them." "Yes," Leveris said. "Humans are masters of adaptation. When faced with extreme conditions, they don't just rely on brute strength. They use their minds. They improvise." The alien students were beginning to understand. Humans might not have the physical advantages many of them did, but they had something far more powerful: their ability to think, to create, to survive against all odds. "Now, let's move to a more intense scenario," Leveris said. Snapping his fingers again, the classroom shifted once more, and this time, the students found themselves aboard a space shuttle, zooming toward Earth. The ship descended through the atmosphere, and they could see the fiery streaks of meteors burning up in the sky. The ship rattled, and the students could feel the heat as the shuttle re-entered Earth's atmosphere. "This is a rare event," Leveris said, "but on Earth, even the very sky can be a threat. Meteor showers, comets, and space debris are constant dangers, yet the humans have survived even this." As the shuttle shook violently, the students watched as the humans on board worked together to keep the ship intact. They operated the controls with precision, using their knowledge to guide the shuttle through the turbulent atmosphere. It was a fight for survival, and the humans had the skills to navigate it. "I see now," Zynak said quietly. "It's not just about being strong. Humans survive because they don't give up. They keep going no matter how impossible the situation is." Leveris nodded. "Exactly. Earth is a death world, but it's also a world where life has flourished because of that very danger. Humans have learned to adapt, to innovate, to survive. That's why they're called the most dangerous species in the galaxy." The students were quiet as the simulation ended, and they found themselves back in the classroom. The image of Earth, now more vibrant and alive than ever, hung in the air before them. Leveris looked at his students, his expression serious. "Now, do you understand why Earth is known as a death world?" Zynak was the first to speak. "Yes. Earth's danger isn't just in the wild creatures or the unpredictable environment. It's in the humans themselves. They've learned to survive where others would fail." The other students nodded, realizing the truth in his words. Earth was not just a planet of destruction. It was a planet where life had evolved to face constant threats. A planet that had shaped the humans who lived there into something extraordinary. Leveris smiled, his eyes twinkling with pride. "And that, my students, is why Earth deserves its reputation. It's a death world, but also perhaps the most incredible world in the universe."